Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Boundless Brains Talk Radio. I'm your host, Dave, broadcasting from Hobart, Indiana. Today's subject is going to be the power of lifelong friendships. Today on Boundless Brains, I want to talk about something rare, something fragile, something that carries more weight than most people ever realize. Lifelong friendships. Not the casual kind, not the we used to hang out kind. I'm talking about people who knew you before life got complicated. The ones who saw you grow up, fall down, get back up, and become who you are today. Those friendships, the ones that survive decades, distance, mistakes, and life's curveballs. They're powerful. And they shape us in ways we don't always see until a moment brings us brings it all rushing back. The people who knew us before we knew ourselves. There's something different about people who were in the early chapters of your life. They knew you before the job titles, before the responsibilities, before the bills, the stress, the expectations, before the world told you who you were supposed to be. They knew the unfiltered version of you, the kid, the dreamer, the troublemaker, the hopeful one. And when you reconnect with someone like that, even after years apart, it's like a part of you wakes back up. The shared history that can't be replaced. Lifelong friends carry the same memories you do. They remember the same streets, the same teachers, the same summers, the same heartbreaks, the same victories. They remember the version of you that you sometimes forget. And that shared history becomes a kind of emotional shorthand. You don't have to explain the backstory. They lived it with you. That's why a single conversation with a lifelong friend can feel like therapy, comedy, and time travel all at once. The emotional honesty that only time creates. There's a level of honesty that only comes from decades of trust. A lifelong friend can look at you and say, "You're not okay," even when you're trying to hide it. They can hear something in your voice that nobody else catches. They can call you out without tearing you down. They can comfort you without asking for details because they know your patterns. They know your heart. They know your story. And sometimes they're only ones who can reach you when life hits hard. The moments that bring it all back, sometimes it takes a crisis, a tough conversation, or a moment of vulnerability to remind us just how deep those bonds run. A friend breaks down, a truth comes out, a memory resurfaces, a wall finally cracks, and suddenly you realize this person isn't just part of your past, they're part of your foundation. Those moments, raw, unfiltered, human, are where lifelong friendships show their true power. The comfort of being fully known in a world where so many relationships are surface level. Lifelong friendships give us something priceless. The comfort of being fully known, not judged, not compared, not analyzed, just known. These are the people who've seen you at your best and your worst and stayed. The people who can finish your sentences, the people who can hear the truth behind your silence. That kind of connection is rare, and when you have it, you hold on to it. The gift we don't always appreciate until later. Life moves fast. People drift, years pass. But when a lifelong friend reappears, or when you finally sit down and talk about things you never talked about before, you realize how much you needed that connection. You realize how much strength it gives you, how much clarity, how much grounding. And you realize that some friendships aren't just relationships, they're lifelines. In my closing thought, lifelong friendships are one of the few things in this world that can get more valuable with time. They remind us of who we are and who we're still becoming. They're proof that connection matters. How many of you had friendships like that? That history matters. That love, the real kind, the steady kind, doesn't fade. So if you're lucky enough to have a friend who's walked through your I'm sorry, friends who walked through decades, reach out, say the thing you've been meaning to say, share the memory, have the conversation, because the power of a lifelong friendship isn't just in the past. It's in the way it keeps shaping us even now. This is Boundless Brains Talk Radio. And today we honor the people who've walked beside us the longest. I appreciate you spending part of your morning with me. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll see you next time.